Something is wrong. People from all walks of life and from every corner of our planet feel it. Something is wrong. It is the intention of this short podcast to enter into the darker side of human history with the hope that it might be as a guidebook to what is happening and to what has happened to get us here. We can't promise that it won't be blunt, disturbing, and world-shattering, but we can promise that it will be the truth. At least as much of the truth that can be gleaned from the maze of lies meant to disguise it. When you do feel like your foundation is made of sand, remember the words of Jesus Christ when he said, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free." Something is wrong. People from all walks of life and from every corner of our planet feel it. Something is wrong. You are now listening to the Masters Mahan podcast. Episode 24, Demons 101, a primer. This episode may be deemed inappropriate for some listeners. If you have been abused or are a minor, you should stop now. This episode builds on the previous ones. Lucifer, the so-called bringer of light, has many names, the most famous of which is Satan. This is not a name that he particularly likes because it means enemy, and it reveals too much about him and his motives. Still, Lucifer Satan is schizophrenic, as we have said too many times. Liars lie and can't live in truth for a variety of reasons. One of the main ones is found in the ancient concept of happiness.
What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order.
Now, this isn't where I was born. I was born in Kenya.
Unless we take the action necessary and we build in a greener and more sustainable and more inclusive way, then we will end up having more and more pandemics and disasters from ever-accelerating global warming and climate change.
Wise leaders always put the good of their own country first. The future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots.
We will never let radical socialists destroy our economy, wreck our country.
Here in Israel, they're making this green passport where the population cannot get into theaters or malls or all sorts of things. They're creating a medical apartheid.
There would be an enormous economic collapse prior to the revealing. The stock market would destabilize. It would make the Great Depression look like Sunday school.
Happy, happiness, happen, and happenstance all come from the same root in English.
The trouble with schools is they always try to teach the wrong lesson. They want you to become less callow, less shallow. But I say, why invite stressing? Stop studying strife and learn to live the unexamined life.
The idea was that happiness is what happens when one's life unfolds naturally. Happiness is happenstance when one fulfills one's design in the creation of God. One of Satan's major tricks is to attempt to alter reality through mythology.
I believe that he's gay.
Ask how he identifies.
How do you identify?
Actually, I identify as...
Oh, here we go. It's that long plethora of, oh my God.
Wait for it.
I will. Let me get a chair.
If one believes the lie, one charts the wrong course, and then happiness can't happen.
Dancing through life, skimming the surface, gliding where turf is smooth. Life's more painless for the brainless Why think too hard when it's so soothing? Dancing through life, no need to tough it when you can slough it off as I do. Nothing matters, but knowing nothing matters. It's just life, so keep dancing through.
These then blame God for their misery because there was no happiness at the bottom of the rabbit hole. At the end of the Rainbow Road,
up we go, the rainbow-covered skyway. Up we go, the rainbow road to us.
after the way to Eleusis, or in the Emerald City.
So, what's the most swankified place in town?
That would be the Ozdust Ballroom.
Sounds perfect! Let's go down to the Ozdust Ballroom. Come on, follow me. You'll be happy to be there. Dancing through life. If only because dust is what we come to. Nothing matters, but knowing nothing matters. It's just life. So keep dancing through.
While Lucifer Satan is a formidable enemy and is the source of most of humanity's suffering in the world, he is not as powerful a being as he has convinced us all to believe. He is also easily bored.
This is boring. I'm bored now.
If he can't get pleasure from messing with you, and if you are quick to point him out in reality, which he hates because he hates himself, he is quick to leave you and go mess with somebody else.
Hi, I'm Whoopi Goldberg, and you're working out with Whoopi.
Oh, pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Lucifer Satan is not powerful enough to be everywhere at once, and so he uses his army of demons to spread his lies. Since less than 1% of humanity understands how this works, let's change that now by entering the gates of Oz. It is important to know one's enemy. Let's step into the darkness by entering the gates of Oz with the Luciferian passphrase.
Who are you? Who are you?
There is a sixth dimension beyond that which is known by most men. It is a dimension shared by the slaves of mind control. It is the lowest ground to which some have descended, and it lies at the pit of man's desire to control another. This is the dimension of trauma-induced terror, where all of the cataloged personalities and demons live, and the master can call the one needed to possess a slave for a particular task. It is an area that we call the Who Are You zone.
Senator, your girl will be here any minute now. Her dad is dropping her off. We're going to handle this the same as previous trades. We'll expect you to not forget us when the bill comes up for vote.
I won't forget. How could I forget? I might as well put a gun to my head with what you've got on me.
Shut up. Stop your crying and come over here.
Okay.
Now stand here and knock.
Here we go. Hello.
Hi.
Come in. Who are you?
Why, I hardly know, sir. I'm afraid I cannot say because I'm not myself.
I do not understand. Who are you?
It isn't clear to me who I am.
Let me help you. You are Susan.
Susan?
Oh yes, now I remember.
Susan,
Yes, Master.
Are you ready for your job?
As you wish.
I need you to go with my friend. He has a job for you to do this weekend. When you are done being used, I will come and collect you.
Yes, that sounds good.
Now go along and do as you're told.
The devil has a real kingdom. It exists on the spiritual plane, but it is as real for those who inhabit it as is the physical world that you and I live in here and now. It is nothing like modern religions portray it. If you need a physical example of Lucifer's kingdom, the easiest earthly examples are the Los Angeles International Airport, or XLAX, Costco.
Welcome to Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Or sadly, yes, Disneyland. Let's start with one of the modern wonders of the world is LAX. It is both a marvel and a nightmare. Servicing over 100,000 people every single day with so few problems, it is an astounding achievement in efficiency. While it does take some planning, you can fly out of, into, drop off passengers or pick them up surprisingly quickly and in a shockingly effective manner. Yes, there are frustrations and little to no room for error nor individuality. If you follow the system outlined, you will have a successful love-hate experience at LAX.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Costco Wholesale Warehouse is the same. Everyone there is helpful and friendly as long as you obey their rules to the exact letter.
Warning, warning! Costco has detected a dangerous fugitive in aisle 16,702.
If you don't, you will quickly see that they consider you fortunate to be in their presence, and that you are not needed nor really wanted if you step out of line. You either do it Costco's way, or you can be dragged out by the Mickey policeman.
Yes, I think I'd like that.
Well, I think they have taken it down now. There used to be a sign at the exit of every Costco, white with red letters that said,
"We check the receipt of every person exiting our store to make sure that we never overcharge you. This helps us continue to keep our prices low for you."
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Yeah, sure. I always smirked as I watched Charlie at the checkout grab my receipt, draw a line on it with a Sharpie, and then hand it back to me without even looking at it, and saying, "Thank you for coming in, we really appreciate your money." Occasionally, Checkpoint Charlie would pretend that he was looking to see if I really did have the $40 4-pack of deodorant, and wasn't accidentally charged $400 for it. But not really. I had just been through their computerized scanning checkout system, so I already knew that all the prices were right. And so did they. Charlie didn't have a scanner at the exit.
Mr. Gorbachev, open this gate. Tear down this wall.
And so would not have been able to verify a price there anyway.
We've been walking forever. You sure you know where you're going?
Yeah, I know this place is pretty good. I went to law school here.
In Costco?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it myself. Luckily, my dad was an alumnus and pulled some strings.
There was only one time that I was ever mischarged at Costco for anything, and it was a big dollar item. It turned out that I noticed the error before I got to the exit and turned around. Charlie would not have caught it. I was just grateful that I noticed, even though it had come through the fenced-in, locked-down area and had been triple-checked. My point is, obviously everyone knows that Costco isn't checking receipts to protect me. They are doing it to protect themselves. They think that I will believe the propaganda because they put it on a sign.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
The truth is that it is done to stop shoplifting and me from stealing something.
I'm here today to give you the skinny on shoplifting.
thereby completing my plea bargain with the good people at Foot Locker of Beverly Hills. Shoplifting began here in ancient Phoenicia. Thieves would literally lift the corner of a shop in order to snatch the sweet, sweet olives within. Oh, Shahekazaramesh, will you ever learn?
This probably is diminished with an East German-style Checkpoint Charlie at the exit. It's a little like when my local church tried to suggest that somehow male facial hair was a sin, while we looked up at a beautiful face of Jesus Christ above the Holy Communion table, the same face that I was told to emulate in a full beard and mustache. Fortunately, we seem to have gotten past that stupidity and hypocrisy in the greater body of Christ. The commonality here is the love-hate experience. Lucifer wants you to be filled with love-hate, as this causes contention. It is very stressful to both love and hate something at the same time. Ask any Angelino about LAX or the 405, which they call Carmageddon. And you, after you suggest that something should be done about it, they will shrug their shoulders and say, I hate it too, but it's bad for everyone, so at least we are all in this together. See it? They hate it, just like they hate their governor.
Cut-rate Gavin Newsom imitator called Spencer Cox.
But what can you do? They honestly believe that if everyone is miserable together, then it's okay.
He's beyond belief.
You can either do it Costco's way and try and be happy, buying what they want to sell you in larger packs than you need, or you can go away. If you complain that they keep moving their kilo-sized boxes of adult diapers to new locations in the store, or they've decided to stop offering croissant sandwiches, you can kiss off and die.
I will have you executed for this!
If you don't spend $300 trip on milk and eggs and some overpriced granola, you are the one who missed the good deal.
Doc, come here a minute.
The truth is that Satan's real kingdom, the one Christians call hell, is not a place of fire and torture. It is really more like LAX, Costco, and actually Disneyland. I promise to explain this eventually.
Gorge.
But it needs to be in an intermediate podcast, since it will never make sense until demons do.
It's great to learn, because knowledge is power.
So we need to get back on track. Demons are nothing more than fallen angels. As such, they too were made in the image of God and look like we do. But they are liars, just like their master demon Lucifer is a liar, and so they prefer to appear in disguise. Their favorite disguises resemble something beastly, because they know when they look in the mirror that they are looking back at the face of God, the same one they rebelled against. They have rebelled against their Father. We need not say, but that's Costco's way of saying that now we are going to say it because we feel we really do need to.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
That every human being knows the pain of familial conflict. Children want their parents' love and acceptance. Sons crave their father's stamp of approval and their mother's comfort. Daughters want to commune with their mother's femininity and be seen with admiration by their dads. Those that never get this will claim that they have been robbed by the universe. And rightly so, because they have been robbed. This is a hole in their hearts that is not fixable in this life, but will be in the next for those who make it. Lucifer, as both John the Beloved and John Milton told us, was the source of heaven's rebellion. As such, he is the chief, head, alpha dog, demon of them all. All other demons follow his orders or pay the price for their insubordination, and his wrath within his mafioso, gang-style society.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
More on this later, I promise. Since Lucifer Satan can only be in one place at one time, he has divided up the world into regions. Each region is administered by an archdemon, whom the book of Daniel calls a prince. Lucifer prefers to use the old Chaldean terms, but since you need a pound of phlegm in your throat to pronounce some of them,
Shlama Iluch, Shlama Ilach, Shlama Iluchun, B'shayna Theluch, Allah ha-sharik loch, basamagyanuch, Allah ha-emoch.
We'll just use their basic English equivalents, since it's hopefully something you don't really need to know anyway. Under the prince of a region, there are dukes or governors.
In the name of my most royal majesty, I knight thee, a sirloin of beef.
Then the upper bureaucrats.
I knight thee, Earl of Cloves.
The managers.
I knight thee, essence of myrrh.
The workers and the peons.
There's a place and a purpose for everyone. So everyone is happy. Everyone belongs to everyone else. We have to respect deltas and gammas and betas. Everyone is useful. But I'm so glad I'm an alpha. I'd hate to be as dull as a delta, or have to take orders like a gamma, or to keep track of things like a beta.
If you want to get a very accurate feel for what it can be like living in Satan's kingdom as a rising star, get a copy of the book Inside the Aquarium, The Making of a Soviet Spy by Viktor Suvorov.
Boris, you have great idea.
No.
I have it, darling. A contest. I like being evil because in 25 words or less.
I like it.
I have found no other single book that captures the essence of what it is like as a demon playing Satan's game, trying to kiss butt with the archdevil and rise the ranks from peon to upper management.
Everyone is useful, but I'm so glad I'm an alpha.
Then that book, As Above, So Below. Remember? That astounding book aside, most of us can relate easily enough to Satan's kingdom by functioning as one of the cogs in any modern corporation.
Oh boy, the boss sure sounded mad.
The CEO at the top sets the agenda, and his various vice presidents over causes, agendas, or regions figure out how to make the agenda work in the real world. These then organize their specifics and give orders to the employees who do the actual work, along with any peons assigned to help them on the project.
Now that we're friends, I've decided to make you my new project.
You really don't have to do that.
I know.
You rise up the ranks and receive privileges by being obedient to your supervisors and being successful in achieving your part of the head boss's agenda. You will find yourself marginalized, pigeonholed, and minimalized if you fail. If this sounds a bit too Hollywood megavillain,
We will now proceed with the area financial reports. Number 11.
Distribution of red China narcotics in the United States, $2,300,000.
Our expectations were considerably higher, number 11.
Competition from Latin America. Prices are down.
Are you quite sure all monies have been accounted for by yourself and number 9?
To the penny, number 1.
On the contrary, I have satisfied myself that one of you is clearly guilty of embezzlement. Spectre is a dedicated fraternity whose strength lies in the absolute integrity of its members. The culprit is known to me. I have decided on the appropriate action. Let us now proceed with new business. You will hear from number 2, who is in charge of our NATO project.
know that your eyes are opening. Where do you think they learned this crap? As above, so below. Remember? Well, there is so much I need to tell you about all of this. Here is the crucial part for 101. Satan cannot read your mind, but he can watch your actions and listen to your opinions, assuming that he has eyes and ears on the ground to watch and listen to you. Since he can literally only be in one place at one time, the major agenda in all his plans is to get you to ruin your life, or get another human being to ruin your life, and then have you blame God for what happened.
Okay, we agree now. What happens in Emerald City stays in Emerald City, okay?
So, you should know that each of you are being spied on from time to time, depending on the assignment given to the demons in your area. Various peon demons in a community watch to see what a human does and says. Notes are kept, and these are reported to their managers. These are constantly on guard for weaknesses as potential openings to exploit. Let's say that they notice you lingering about an X-rated movie poster.
Hubba hubba.
Or lusting at some gorgeous woman. Or man.
Subject.
Let's say they overhear you coveting a neighbor's Lamborghini. Or worse. All of this gets reported back and moved up the line where strategies and further planning is discussed via committees and plans of attack for you and communities are devised. Some of it can be very sneaky. Here is an actual example from real life of how this works. Some years ago, a mother was happy to discover that she was expecting her third child. It was a bit of a surprise since she and her husband thought they were done with children, but happily surprised that she was pregnant anyway. She was a bit nervous, being older, and she expressed some concern about her energy levels and whether or not she could handle a new baby now, being out of practice. But at the same time, she was very excited, and so was her husband and their children. The baby arrived without issue, and Mom was doing fine. She had brought the baby home, and life was good. Not too many days passed, baby was sleeping, and Mom was in the kitchen chopping vegetables for Chinese stir-fry, a family favorite dinner. It was then that a thought, nearly like a voice, shot into her head.
Why don't you take that kitchen knife and stick it in your baby?
Mom was so overcome with shock that she nearly cut herself as the knife fell from her hand. In terror, she looked at the knife speechless, nearly paralyzed with horror. She would never do such a thing, God forbid. And then the master demon's trick. She next heard.
You must be the sickest, worst, most terrible mother on all the earth to have thought such a thing. You are sick and need help. How could someone like you ever be trusted with children? What would your husband say if he knew that he had married such a monster?
Brilliant. Clever. Demonic. Here's another actual example. A young man was in the gym working out and trying to improve his physique and build up some muscles. Why not? The human body is the crowning temple in God's creation. It is his masterpiece, so much that he made mankind in his own express image. There is no gift higher in the Most High God's creation than to be made in his express image. As he was working out, he started admiring some of the men and women working out around him. Some really knew what they were doing and had built up beautiful and admirable bodies. He found himself playing that male game where you take a look but try to look away just before it becomes clear that you were staring. One particular man caught his attention. Not only was he well built, he was also handsome too. That's a nice combination. The thought ran through the young man's head.
That's a good-looking guy.
Well, that was true enough. Some guys are good-looking. They just are. Who wouldn't want to be good-looking? It sure beats having killer BO and being as ugly as a three-legged mangy mongrel. Then the trap.
You think he's sexy? You're attracted to men. You must be gay.
The young man was startled. He didn't think he was gay. Was he gay? Maybe he was gay. Maybe that's why he liked looking at muscles in the first place. Do you need more examples? There is nothing inherently wrong with being nervous about providing for a newborn baby. There is nothing strange or abnormal about noticing a handsome man or a beautiful woman. There is nothing sinful or odd about any of that. I have more actual examples. But you see how this works? You can bet that had the new mother not realized the ruse in time and said, "Depart from me, demon," she would have next been played that she needed medication and psychiatric treatment. You can bet that had the young, hot, sweaty, sexy, did I say young and sexy? Young man hadn't said, "Get thee behind me, Satan," he would have next had thoughts about what it would be like playing with those muscles. Or maybe his... That's how it works. Christians used to call this being tempted.
Hey, how about a smoke, partner? Huh? Go on, smoke it. It'll put hair on your chest. You ain't afraid, are you? I'll show you how to smoke like a man. See? Now you try it. Ah, you smoke like a baby. Come on, take a real drag. Oh. That's stuff done. What's the matter? Can't you take it? Take another puff. Be a man. Keep it up, kid. You're doing great. Boy, if you don't look funny.
Those who don't give in or spend too much time being worried about why such a thought drifted through their head shrug it off and move on. Those that hold on to the thought and ponder, worry, or consider it get noted by the tempting demon, and the next step in their plan for you is implemented. It's easy enough to tell another's weaknesses by what they linger on and what they hold on to as nonsense passes in and out of their minds. You don't have to be a mind reader to know what a person is thinking in that moment. Those of us that seem to be following the agenda set out for us are often handed off to a more powerful demon to further training and indoctrination. Where do you think the great cults of yore learned their techniques? You might be surprised to learn that much of the
I think I'd be happier as a cat.
Love is love.
My husband needs to make more money.
You don't need to say you're sorry.
He never asks how I'm doing.
Women are for breeding, men are for sex.
I have to do it all and be it all.
If God really loved you, he would stop your suffering.
Something is wrong with me.
If you're not happy all the time, something is wrong with you.
I am not enough.
I am enough.
I have to handle everything.
He just wants to fix things.
She is always grumpy.
Why can't men be more open with their feelings?
She's always looking at her phone.
He never listens.
She only opens her mouth to nag.
Your man is not emotionally present.
She constantly complains.
He's just an overgrown kid.
She shuts down my advances.
He's only nice when he wants sex.
She doesn't take care of herself after marriage.
He doesn't appreciate how hard I work.
She acts like my mom.
He just wants me for sex.
She's the bossy parent.
He doesn't tell me how pretty I am.
She's not thankful for my providing.
He doesn't make time for me.
She has nothing outside of me.
He doesn't support my inner emotional self.
I would be happier if so-and-so were dead.
You might be surprised to learn that much of that did not originate with you, even though you thought it did. We will have so much more to say on this topic and on the true reality of hell after death soon. But this is 101, and we must set the stage to prepare the script. Many years ago, a young lost soul, Mike Warnke, joined a coven in Southern California. He so impressed the Illuminati that he was made into a junior group leader, given an assignment to recruit young college students into Satanism. He was well paid, given 2 blonde service bimbo slaves, and a budget to run his operations. He later escaped. But here is his assertion, as one in the know, on demons in general.
Last day leaving
The ceremony to the Great Mother got underway without a hitch, and the other 2 master counselors knew exactly what they were to do and did it, leaving me free to concentrate on raising a demon. As I started the ritual for raising a demon, the thought went through my mind that most people outside of witchcraft and satanic worship do not believe in demons. So many refuse to believe until they see or feel something for themselves. By the time our ceremony was over, any skeptic who could have viewed it would have been made into a wholehearted believer. I was proud of myself for pulling it off without a hitch. As members of the Brotherhood, we probably understand better than most people because we use demons to accomplish our evil deeds. These are Satan's helpers, fallen angels, who were expelled with him from heaven. They are an invisible presence. You cannot see them, but you soon know they are there. There are legions of demons. No one knows how many. Perhaps some demonologist could name all of the commanders of legions of demons, but the rank and file way outnumber living humans. Some groups have favorite demons on whom they call again and again to inflict their enemies. They call Master so-and-so or Master such-and-such, and then ask for the favor they have in mind. Demons have to do what they are commanded under their commanders, but like rebellious children, they really resent their obligation to serve and to serve you. You have to know the proper way to safely bind and unleash a demon, or they will stomp on you, to put it mildly, if you forget any one of the safety measures to control them. In our ceremonies, we called on our master to give us a demon who would do all kinds of mischief to persons that we didn't like. We thought up all kinds of crazy things that only satanic-oriented minds could possibly dream up. We had control of a satanic demon, and we were going to use him. Although often demons themselves to do their own destructive deed without our help in directing them, but we placed our orders and commands in anyway. Most humans don't know that demons can inflict disease, can possess men, can possess animals, can oppose spiritual growth, can disseminate false doctrines, and can torment people. Demons can talk or can cry with a loud voice, using the tongues and lips of a human. They can tell lies. They make people believe lies. They can even preach sermons. They can stand, walk, and seek rest when embodied in a human being. They can tell fortunes, make people strip off all their clothes, cause suicides, render a person insane, or cause a body to be seized and bound in affliction. They can cause jealousy, pride, and lust. They can drive a person into deep despair. Demons seek to inhibit human bodies that they might work out their indescribable lust and evil longings that they can't do without one. They will not willingly leave the human body they inhibit if they can get into one. If cast out, they will seek to re-enter the same body particularly. They love inviting other demons to come into that body with them. I personally know that as many as 2,000 demons have inhabited one human male.
Now, since I know that most of the world who hasn't actually seen it think hell is a fire pit and not actually like Costco, we are going to need to explain how those who know it know it. We might also tell you how you can find out for yourself as well, but you'd be an idiot to do it. Since all men and women die, and some will then end up at Costco.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
We promise to pull back the curtain.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
And tell you more about what many will find there. Hopefully not you. But that part is out of this podcast's control. Forearmed is forewarned. More to come. Back through the water curtain.
You cursed brat! Look what you've done! I'm melting! Melting! Oh, what a world! What a world! Who would have thought a good little girl like you could destroy my beautiful wickedness? Ah, the boat! The boat! I'm going!
Rationale for fair use of copyrighted items used. Fair use law allows fair use when copyrighted material is being used to make a specific educational, research-based, scholarly, and/or critical comment on the work being used.
You shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Masters Mahan will continue.
You are now listening to the Masters Mahan podcast. Episode 25, Demons 102. This episode may be deemed inappropriate for some listeners. If you have been abused or are a minor, you should stop now. This episode builds on the previous ones. Previously, we discussed the fallen angels known on Earth as demons. There is a lot of misinformation out there about them because that is the way liars like it. They have to hide behind their lies because the truth is too empowering to those they wish to manipulate and too painful for them to machinate on. They want to keep us from focusing on their plans. Namely,
one small step for man.
We are, as a people, opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret machines. And we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covet means.
Well, join me. I'm glad to sit here at the right hand of Satan.
The vision of Joel has been fulfilled.
So the name of this project is FunVax.
We don't just need more money for vaccines for children eventually. We need more money to plan for the second pandemic. There's going to be another pandemic.
We'll eliminate this behavior. And we believe that's the way to get
my preferred pronouns are he, him, and his.
Do you think the first gay president or the first woman
president?
We
already have it with Obama, so let's just calm down. Michelle is a transgender. We all know.
And so we eat the blood of our enemy.
But you know, there's quite an awakening coming.
the great patriot Thomas Jefferson was eager for the American nation to start a public education system, because he was convinced that the more education that young and up-and-coming Americans had, the less likely they would fall for the power-hungry grabs of the rich and powerful. President Ronald Reagan probably said it best when he said that he knew that if the American people could be given the truth about any important national decision, 9 times out of 10, they would make the right choice.
It's great to learn, because knowledge is power.
We have seen how red flag events and bread-and circuses have been used from the start to focus us on the wrong things and to waste our time on amusement and basic comforts. It is no different when it comes to demons, and actually it is no different when it comes to hell and our afterlife. You will remember that we explore together the hierarchy of demons in the army or corporation of the schizophrenic Prince of Darkness who goes by many names. We made the comparison that hell is in reality nothing like the Catholic fear-mongering of a fire pit, where sinners, single mothers, and unbaptized babies are poked endlessly with pitchforks, while Satan laughs and laughs and laughs at their fate. We made the wild accusation that hell was really more like LAX, large sections of Los Angeles, not the parts on fire, and more actually like Disneyland. You may ask how we know so precisely what we are able to tell you next, but that would be a spoiler.
Warning! Warning! Spoiler alert!
Since all men and women die, and some we wish would die sooner than later, please go get another vax.
I should be prosecuted.
Let's pull back the curtain and discuss the reality of life after death and exactly what you will find there when,
heaven can wait,
God forbid, it is your turn to pass on by addressing the first guardian at death's pass with the secret passphrase.
Drivers beware. There are reports of heavy fog on I-80 through the mountain pass. Watch your speed and stay alert.
Yeah.
This is a good time for
Hey, boss.
a break at Foothills.
What do you want?
Boss,
Hurry it up. This fog will be the death of me.
what do you want to do with the rat? We worked him over good.
Right.
He won't be talking to the DA anymore.
Clean up your mess and get rid of the body. Hey, buddy, get in your lane. Look out! What happened? Where am I?
You passed away, expired. You died. Get it?
Oh. Now what?
That all depends. Tell me, who are you? Who are you?
Well, I've had the power of Satan for many years, and I know his secrets.
In that case, I'll tell you this. You'll find to the left of the house of Hades a spring, and by it stands a white cypress. Do not approach this spring. Further on, you will find the lake of memory, where refreshing water flows forth. Say to the guard at the waters, I am a child of earth and starry heaven. He will then let you have a drink, and you can go on to the fields of happiness and bliss. But you already knew that because of your alliance with Lucifer.
Yeah, right.
The ancients like to say, as above, so below. You will find a great many interpretations about what this means, and just as many opinions. But the simple truth is that all of God's creation works upon the same constructs, from the lowest regions up to his very throne. It has to, or it would not be one comprehensive unit. Take the emotion of love as an example. Many people struggle to understand how a being such as God could be a being of love, and yet also have allowed us to live in and through so many of the circumstances here that we call the human experience. When one understands, as above, so below, the answer becomes comprehensible. God has said that he is a father. This makes us his children. Ask any parent about how it is that they can both love and raise a difficult child, and you will gain profound insight into the very nature of God.
You all know what a child is. Psychology is, well, it's made up of two Greek words. Psyche is Greek for, and ology, which in Greek means, well, as I said, it's all Greek to me. Now, you all know that 1 and 1 makes 2. But when it comes to marriage, 1 and 1 makes 3, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 40, 93, 87, and after several years, well, you're up to here in kids. Now look at all the thousands of letters from frustrated parents complaining that their children are noisy, destructive, disobedient, and uncontrollable. In other words, perfectly normal. And they're the worst kind. You can take my word for that. These letters are all about the same. Now here's a typical one. Dear Doctor, help!
Just as humanity functions in societies, gender roles, and familial hierarchies, so does all intelligence throughout the great universe of God.
Boys are boys from the beginning. If you were born a boy, you stay a boy. Girls are girls right from the start. If you were born a girl, you stay a girl and grow up to be a lady.
The afterlife is no different.
Only girls can be the mommies. Only boys can be the daddies. Yes, sir.
If you were to pause right now and take a journey to the world of the dead, which you can do right now, but we don't recommend it, you would see that there really are three sections. There is a beautiful, peaceful part, which the Greeks called the Elysian Fields. The Egyptians called it the Aaru. These had guards who made certain that only those worthy of entrance got inside. Why? Because connected within the same spiritual plane was the other place, the home of the demons, the same place that Christians call hell. The Greeks called this place Tartarus. The Samaritans called it Irkala. However, the greatest gift of the ancient mystery cults was the realization that life continued after death, and that hell was nothing like the world of horrors that Christians are scared with today. Hell is actually more like,
welcome to Costco, I love you. Welcome to Costco, I love you. Welcome to Costco, I love you.
In terms of law and order, and more like
Walt Disney's Disneyland. Each week as you enter this timeless land, one of these many worlds will open to you. Frontierland. Tall tales and true from the legendary past. Tomorrowland. Promise of things to come. Adventureland. The wonder world of nature's own realm. Fantasyland. The happiest kingdom of them all.
in terms of distraction and amusement. We know that we are rattling an ancient paradigm, but since we know that we are 100% correct, and since knowledge is power,
because knowledge is power,
you're going to be grateful that you heard us out, even if you don't believe all of what we are saying right now. You will eventually come to see, at your death, that we have told you the truth.
Spirit, whose lonely grave is this?
Why, yours, Ebenezer. The richest man in the cemetery.
Please.
When a person dies, they find themselves in the world of the dead. Those in the know, who are drawn to a desire for rest and peace, and who have lived a godly life, will seek the spiritual Garden of Eden, which the Greeks call the Elysian Fields. If you can convince the guards, you will be welcomed in.
None shall pass.
What?
None shall pass.
I have no quarrel with you.
None shall pass.
But I must cross this bridge.
None shall pass.
Stand aside.
I move for no man.
But before your gain is admitted, you will be tempted by something very difficult to avoid. Lucifer's magic kingdom.
Oh boy!
Within the world of the dead is an enormous emerald city.
Come with me to the Emerald City.
One short day in the Emerald City.
Oh, I've always wanted to see the Emerald City.
One short day in the Emerald City.
although it might be better described as an ancient Babylonian bazaar. We might say an enormous carnival. Satan is its proprietor. He set it up for a very devious, demonic reason.
Step up, ladies and gentlemen.
Its sole purpose is to extend your sins, waste your time, and distract you away from the coming day of judgment, which is coming.
Hurry, hurry, step this way, the strangest sight.
The Lord has warned all of us that we will all be resurrected and face the day of judgment for our actions on the earth. Those who have sought forgiveness and repented of their sins and placed their faith in Jesus Christ will find that His grace is sufficient at the Father's judgment. But one must choose this. The longer one can be distracted, tempted to exacerbate the sins they have, and linger away from Christ's mercy, will find that they will run out of time. This is hell's only purpose.
Oh, my fearing whiskies! I'm late!
Those unable or unwilling to convince the guards at the gate of rest will find that they are free to wander in limbo, as the Catholics might call it. But more likely, since human beings are socially motivated creatures,
You get the whole show now if you hurry, hurry, hurry!
They will find themselves interested in Satan's version of Disneyland. Those willing to pay Lucifer's price there will find that they are given more and more privileges. It is exactly like YouTuber Dougie Corrado and a friend discovered years back in the wealthy hills above Los Angeles when he, with some joy, was tapped to join the powerful entertainment elite. His story is not new to us. In fact, we could have used any number of different people who have all had the same experience. But we will include a truncated portion of his witness here and encourage you to seek out his full experience online. And no, his experience is not unique.
So this story is the reason I stopped making content for 5 years. You guys remember when all those Vine stars and skit Instagrammers moved to LA in like 2015-ish? So I wasn't a huge creator at the time, but I was there and around it all as all of that stuff was happening. I moved from Chicago to LA 3 weeks after high school with like $2,000 in my pocket that I saved up working at Steak and Shake with this other aspiring creator named David. I was much more into editing and being behind the camera at that time, and he was much more into Vine and vlogs and being on camera. That time of our lives was absolutely crazy. Everybody was broke, posting anything we could onto YouTube to get some attention. And to be honest, it was extremely fun for the first few months, until Hollywood started to notice that influencers were the next big thing, and that the landscape of the industry was changing. And we started to get invited to more exclusive parties and events, where it seemed as if old Hollywood was almost grooming new Hollywood. And there was rumors of this one gathering that was happening on a monthly basis, where it seemed like anybody that got invited saw a massive jump in their numbers, secured huge brand deals right after attending. But apparently this gathering worked on a buddy system. Someone had to vouch for you and bring you as a guest. Me and David ended up getting invited. Some talent agents saw me and David shoot a silly skit at a random party. He didn't invite us that second, he just told us that he saw something special in us and took our contact information. When I tell you I was on cloud 9 leading up to that party, I mean it. I was so young and naive and delusionally optimistic. I truly believed that I was gonna go to this party and leave rich, because it literally seemed like that was happening to the creators around me that attended. We pull into the driveway and this house is beautiful and extravagant. At the door, they take our phones and have us sign an NDA, which isn't uncommon in house parties like this in LA. And they give us a mask and a name tag with funny aliases. My mask looked like a bear and David's looked like a bird. My alias was Stardust, which David got a crack out of, and his was Banshee. We enter what you could call like the lobby of the house, and as we're walking in, the apparent host of the party starts giving a speech. This man is very eccentric and outspoken, and he's got the cadence of a late night show host, and I spot the agent that invited us standing right behind him. The speech was basically just encouraging everybody to have fun and explaining the itinerary of the night. Apparently this was a themed room party, and all of the guests were instructed to move to the next room whenever the grandfather clock chimed. He wrapped up his speech with some cheeky joke, and then one line that still irks me to this day. He said, "Have fun now, our descent starts at midnight." The moment the host wrapped up his speech, a couple of workers came out of the doorway. They were holding a couple sets of long poles. All of a sudden music started playing and everybody seemed like they knew what was going on, so I just went along with it. So I guess these parties start off with a big game of limbo. It's funny seeing people dressed so nicely playing a silly child's game, but it's even weirder seeing A-list celebrities being so excited to play, because everybody had masks on, but when somebody that you grew up watching in movies walks by you with a quarter of their face covered, you still know it's them. I was amazed with how inviting and willing to introduce introduced themselves, these people were. I was expecting at least an undertone of uppityness in there, but it seemed like everybody was involving everybody in conversation, and they were frequently introducing themselves to me. The first grandfather clock chime went off, and everybody excitedly rushed into the second room. When I finally got in there, I was taken aback by the dramatic decor change. Everything in this room was different shades of blue.
Remember, blue means protect the family in the occult. Dougie will go on to say that in this room, everyone was extremely flirty, and there were cabana beds and love seats with curtains in case you wanted to...
Hubba hubba.
Being only 19, he was very uncomfortable with the advances from both the cougars and the P-diddy-doo-dahs.
I tried to give David the eyes that I didn't like where this party was going, but he seemed to be really enjoying the female attention, so I was on my own. I basically stayed in perpetual motion and walked laps until the next chime went off, so I didn't have to sit next to anybody for too long and let them get too comfortable. The clock finally went off and everybody rushed to the next room immediately. The weirdest part was the people that were in the private sections didn't even bother redressing except for the mask. I was in no rush to get to the next room, but I could see into it over the crowd of everybody's head. The walls were bright orange, but the smells that were wafting in from that room were amazing. And when I finally got in there, it was like the Hogwarts feast. It was table after table of the most delicious spreads I've ever seen. There was full tables for seafood, full tables for meats, full tables of sushi, and an entire wall of spirits. I almost started enjoying myself again. Until I saw the way these people were treating this food. They were disrespectfully biting chunks out of delicious prime rib roasts. They were just shoving copious amounts of high-grade sashimi into their mouths and eating caviar like it was cereal. The way that they were just grabbing with their hands and just spitting out things that they didn't like onto the floor ruined my appetite. At this point, I wanted nothing to do with these people. So I went up to the only familiar face in the room. The agent that invited me was the only other person not eating. So I approached him and lifted up my mask, so he'd recognize me considering we'd only met one time. Before I even got out my greeting or got my mask halfway off my face, he abruptly pressed my mask back into place and sharply said, "Masks stay on till the 6th room. I encourage you to engage in the festivities. A slow drip is better than a flood." He started to walk towards the door as the clock chimed. This room was yellow and basically just a casino. I wanted to talk to David privately and let him know that I wanted to leave, but he seemed to just be caught up in the momentum of the party. Plus, there was a roulette table in the room, and David's freakishly good at roulette. So at this point, the winning streak that he's building is the center point of the party. I can't fully focus on what the agent said to me because I have to pretend to be excited about David's winning streak in a fake casino where you're not actually winning money. And like clockwork, the chime goes off. The entire party starts rushing to the next room again, and the vibe changes dramatically. I'm the last person to walk into the bright red room. This room didn't seem to have a specific activity like the others. It was just empty and bright red, and everybody was whispering to each other. The same people that I saw laughing and celebrating and eating together were whispering the most heinous, offensive comments directly to each other.
All I see is
I mean things that you wouldn't even say behind your friend's back, they were saying it to their face. I'm talking friendship-ending secrets and personal opinions about each other laced with envy and jealousy. I hurried to a quiet corner because I was sick of hearing everybody's dirty laundry after walking around for a minute and a half. But the chime for the next room goes off. This time, everybody gets eerily quiet and calm, like they got all of their venom out. The host of the party announces for all of the newcomers to come to the front. All of the attendees form a single file line in front of the next room's door. There's about 10 other newcomers in front of me and David, and the agent that invited us is standing to the left of the door, and the host of the party is standing to the right. The host has a pile of books on the table next to him. I see the host ask the first person in line a question and then grab a book based on his answer. He would present the book to the person and place a diamond-shaped metal symbol on top of it before having them repeat something that he said. Then he'd take their mask off and let them enter the next room. The books were Bibles, Qurans, Torahs, and so on. He would ask the person, "And which one is yours?" Whichever they chose, he'd grab it and place the metal symbol on top of it. He'd have you put your hand on top of the metal symbol and then repeat, "I am my own God, I bow to nobody but myself." When I tell you I am done with this party, and I whip my head around and I tell David I am absolutely not doing that. David whispered back in a joking tone like he always does, "Dude, it's just a party, who cares? I'll see you in the next room." And he skipped me in line to show me that he'd do it first to make me feel more comfortable. He went through with it and giggled his way into the next room. It was my turn, so I tried to play it cool and whisper to the host, "Do you mind if I skip this part? It's making me a little bit uncomfortable." I thought he'd subtly break character and reassure me that this is just a party theme and it's all good. Instead, he whispered back to me in a really kind tone, "Of course, man, don't worry about it. Just take your mask off and turn around." I was relieved for about a split second, before the agent that invited me here grabbed my arm and started guiding me towards the exit. And I see that everybody that was behind me in line staring at me straight-faced. I look back at the host and he's standing up and loudly shouts like he's starting a chant. The price was not paid. And then everybody in line that was staring at me chants in unison like they knew exactly what to do. Remove the profane. And they repeat it over and over until I'm through the exit door. The price was not paid. Remove the profane. The price was not paid. Remove the profane. So the agent just walks me to the closest door. He doesn't even walk me to the front of the party and out the front door. He just puts me out into the backyard. It's 4 a.m. My friend's still inside. I don't have my phone. So I decide to walk around the right side of the house because that's where all of the party attendees were kind of headed. Let me see if I could peek in and maybe flag down David to let him know I got kicked out. And there's some windows to the next room. But of course these windows are like big church stained glass windows. And you can't really see through stained glass windows like the colored ones. But if you go really, really close and you look through the white parts, you could kind of see clearly what is on the inside. And this room is like a bizarre church replica without all of the seating. It's just a big church-like room. And all of the people that were in there had their masks off. And it was like a big circle and almost looked like an initiation. And all of these celebrities are standing around in a circle around the other 9 new people. And there was big TV grade cameras recording, and it looked like the group of celebrities and everybody else that was there was kind of cheering them on. But then there was clearly people in there that were much more serious and kind of threatening, and the new people were in the middle of this room being forced to do horrible things that I wish I could unsee. And the new people clearly didn't want to do these things. They were being forced to do these things, and they were clearly recording it. And I see my friend being forced to do these horrible things in front of these people and in front of these cameras. I just start panicking. I don't know what to do. So in my head, I'm like, I just need to get out of here. There's only one street. We're on Laurel Canyon, so it's either I go left and start running towards Studio City, or I go right and start running towards West Hollywood. I'm not about to go knock on other people's doors. I'm just trying to get back to like civilization, and I'm trying to remember if we're closer to Studio City or if we're closer to West Hollywood. I don't even know. As I get to the front of the house, one of the employees is standing there, and he's standing in front of a car, and he has my phone. I'm not sure if he knows that I just saw everything, so I'm kind of standing there deer in headlights, but he just politely goes, "Here's your phone and here's your ride. Don't worry, the driver will take you home."
So what Dougie saw is the same thing that happened to Walt Disney when he was filmed intoxicated and posed with young gay men in compromising positions.
Gosh.
It's the same type of thing that happens to members of the Skull and Bones Club at Yale.
It's so secret we can't talk about it.
What does that mean for America?
Basically, a person is filmed doing something criminal, horrible, and outrageous. Then they are simply told that as long as they do as they are told, their shame will never be revealed and they will have access to wealth and power, but may be required to obey orders from their betters from time to time. There is nothing new in this pattern, and we have seen and will see it again and again as we go forward. You can find Dougie's full account of all of this online. We will yet see further examples of this same experience and its aftermath.
Hurry in to see the insidious ickiness happening under this big top.
Satan's amusement park functions the same way. The first drink, or the A-ticket, is free.
Hey kid, would you like some drugs? The first one is free.
Want to check out my van? I got some candy.
With the enticement that the greater prize, or the E-ticket, is yet to come. One finds that the curiosity and the fact that they have already invested some time and have already gotten their feet wet find the wonderment behind the last door to be too tempting to avoid. Hell is always paved progressively with good intentions. If you want some idea what is behind the last door, go and watch Stanley Kubrick's deathbed confessional film, Eyes Wide Shut. Remember this title. He chose it for a very important reason, and we will come back to it. Or look up P. Did He Really Yes He Diddy Combs' White Parties. It's all the same thing. There is nothing new under the sun. Or as therapists try to help them child victims of Great Daddy Puffing Dragon Belieber when they are at last ushered away from the pedophiles. You only have 2 holes that they could have stuck you, and the girls have only 3.
You were both in Skull and Bones, the secret society. It's so secret we can't talk about it. What does that mean for America? The conspiracy theorists are going to go wild. Sure they are. I don't know. I haven't seen the web. Number 322?
Congratulations, Skulls.
On your rebirth, a skull above any other. Say it.
Skull above any other. Louder.
You only have 2 holes that they could have stuck you, and the girls have only 3.
It's so secret we can't talk about it. What does that mean for America? You see the web. Number 322?
You only have 2 holes that they could have stuck you.
322?
And the girls have only 3.
We really shouldn't be doing this.
There is nothing that these have done to you that have not been done to many, many others. It's time to heal.
Oh, but most of all, for butterfly kisses after bedtime prayer.
But in our modern age, and with all the modern media we have ingested, just let your mind slide into the dirt and you'll know plenty about what goes on behind the last door. Its purpose there is to break any and all of the Lord's commandments and revel in Lucifer's only law. Do what thou wilt.
You are free to do as you wish. Anything you wish. This will be my only law.
The one difference in Unky Satan's Disneyland is that no one has a physical body. That's the thing you left behind when you died. It's the one that had a penis if you knew you were a boy, or the thingy you used to have if you believed the demon assigned to you and cut it off so that you now think you're a girl. You know that thingy? The great exploitable truth about your afterlife situation is that once you have experienced existence in a physical body, life is profoundly unsatisfying without it.
Guess who? It is me, your lover. I admire her mind, too.
This includes those at rest, past the guards in the paradisical region. There, these rely upon their faith, and in communion with family and friends, that the resurrection is coming and will be worth the wait. Those wandering in limbo are on their own, and thus the distraction or promises that lie in Satanland become all the more tempting to them. The word amusement comes to us from Greek, and it literally means the state of, meant, not, a, thinking, muse, amusement. An amusement park is the place where you go not to think. In order to participate in Lucifer's distractions, one is required to go into debt to hell's great king.
Presenting His Most Royal Majesty, the King.
It is exactly the same here as there. Within the great bizarre fairgrounds, there is a bank, and one must take out a loan with the Khazarian Ashkenazi Nazi bankers there to pay for the attractions. You will be told not to worry about the fine print because as long as you make the monthly payments, the interest can be as high as it is, but the week with the VIP Fast Pass will be worth it, as will the mega 40-pack of Costco-branded toothpaste.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
To keep the metaphor going. So what are the amazing amusements? At first, they are simple distractions, like the
All together in the tiki 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 room, in the tiki 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 room. All the birds sing word and the flowers croon, in the tiki 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 room.
These are fun once, maybe twice. It was better when the pineapple smoothie wasn't all fake chemical crap like it is today. But soon, through the advertisement and tempting carnival barkers, the desires for more are sought. There's the timeshares and the private resorts. After all, the tiki room has fake birds and singing flowers. But the kinky room has so much more, boys and girls. For a price, you can revisit the places you long for in the living world. Do you miss sex? How about a day excursion on the monorail?
Monorail!
Were you sent here by the devil?
No, good sir, I'm on the level. Throw up your hands and raise your voice. Monorail. What's it called? Monorail. Once again.
How about a brothel? Miss intoxication? How about a visit to your favorite rowdy bar or pub? Do you miss gambling, drugs, go-go dancers?
Okay, look, right now, $100 if he gets on stage and dances.
You know you're getting up there.
Larceny, violence, gluttony? You can re-experience it all, visually only, in one of our many, many megaplex experiences. Have you ever found yourself in the midst of one of your sins, temptations, or weaknesses, and felt the darkness gather around you? Have you ever felt the eyes in the darkness watching you? You have. And now you know the horrible truth, dear listener. You, when you are sinning and feel the prodding to exacerbate your weaknesses, are the carnival show on the great silver screen of Hades.
You know you're getting up there.
We have just told you the truth. Is it any wonder then that your addictions behave the way they do? Why, they are cyclical and seem to be on schedule. You've got a performance to keep. The tickets have already been sold. And so you are pushed to deliver on time. Now, you don't need us to tell you that the next step of progression in any thrill goes naturally from observer to participation. Anger can lead to violence. Porn can lead to rape.
That's it, get those legs up.
Intemperance can lead to addiction. This is why the Lord encouraged his disciples to avoid the first step. Those that can curb their anger quickly, he taught, are not likely to ever be guilty of murder later, and so on. The painful truth here is that those who have died who want the full package are willing to please Lucifer and pay his ultimate price, are given the right to possess a human being. The length of time and the make and model are determined by your level of loyalty and what you are willing to do for him when so commanded. We have already told you how this is done. But, in case you forgot, it is done through sodomy by a wizard who didn't cut off his magic wand during that time that Governor Newscum was using your tax money to do that, instead of making sure there was water in his state's fire hydrants.
All the homes are gone.
All the homes are gone.
Because of climate change.
Because of climate change.
When the fires are out, I'll build a brand new LA.
I'll build a brand new LA.
Here's $700.
Here's $700.
Land grab is underway.
Land grab is underway.
California's
burning.
And the fire department's gay. Looters in the streets. Illegals on the way. Well, I went to fight the fire.
Went to fight the fire.
But there's no water today.
There's no water today.
LA is burning down.
LA's burning down.
But smellfish are okay.
But smellfish are okay.
California's
burning.
But my mansion's okay.
Look, guys, I know I probably didn't do the best job of hiring people, but I'm the mayor. That's
right?
all that matters.
And all I care about is money and power.
Me too.
But I'm the governor, and that's all that matters.
Look, I know you lost your house, but cheer up. We got the Olympics coming to California.
Yeah, and all I know is your memories are gone.
Gone.
And they're burned to a crisp. But Los Angeles is hosting the World Cup.
Yeah, look on the bright side, guys. This is why you keep voting for us. You can't live without us, guys. So get over it.
Get over it,
keep
guys.
voting for us.
The city's almost
The city's almost gone.
In DEI we pray.
In DEI we pray.
Speculators
coming.
2.0 is underway.
2.0 is underway.
So, has all of this shook up your paradigm? Do you still believe your pastor, reverend, or father that hell is a place of burning and is different from what we have just illuminated to you? Are you a doubting Thomas who needs to see hell for himself, or you won't believe? You can see it, you know. The ancients knew how, and people do it in our day every other day. You can too, but it will leave its mark. You will likely regret doing it, and the price may be higher than you will want to pay when you come back.
Oh, my feeling whiskies! I'm late!
So, it's time to drink from the pool of Lethe and pass through the water curtain.
Who are you? Friend, who are you?
I am the son of the earth and the starry heaven.
That is incorrect.
Michael, stay with me. Nurse, administer more epi. Good. He's coming around.
Mom?
Rationale for fair use of copyrighted items used. Fair use law allows fair use when copyrighted material is being used to make a specific educational, research-based, scholarly, and/or critical comment on the work being used.
How very thoughtful you are, Piglet.
Okay. You shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Masters Mahan will continue.
You are now listening to the Masters Mahan podcast. Episode 26, Demons 103, or Eyes Wide Shut. This episode may be deemed inappropriate for some listeners. If you have been abused or are a minor, you should stop now. This episode builds on the previous ones. Over the last 2 episodes, we illuminated the secrets of demonology that the occult and the demons themselves don't want you to know. We took as our mandate the holy promise of St. Luke, that before the day of universal judgment, every dark secret would be shouted from the rooftops. Since you, right now, are likely listening to this as it is being beamed to you through the air, you yourself, dear listener, are participating in the fulfillment of biblical prophecy. It is good to be informed, because you have a real enemy who really does seek your destruction.
On September 18th, 2019, the World Health Organization said that they were going to conduct an experience that was going to be a rapidly spreading pandemic due to a lethal respiratory pathogen.
The Pfizer documents contain evidence of the greatest crime against humanity in the history of our species. Pfizer knew 1 month after rollout so that's November of 2020, that the vaccines didn't work to stop COVID. And they identify that the third most common side effect of the Pfizer vaccine is COVID.
Your risk of dying from the vaccine far exceeds your risk of death from the disease.
Pfizer knew in May of 2021 that the vaccines had caused heart damage in 35 minors within a week after the injection. And the FDA knew, but the government of the United States didn't tell parents until August of 2021 that there was an elevated risk of heart damage in healthy young adults. 4 months later.
We don't just need more money for vaccines for children eventually. We need more money to plan for the second pandemic. There's going to be another pandemic.
Everything that we were told, you have to follow the science, follow the science. Turns out there was no science. Nope. They never did any studies.
Anthony Fauci was responsible for promoting this kind of research. So yes, his fingerprints were all over it.
I should be prosecuted.
Of all those dead, the vaccine caused death, by the way, 25% of them occurred on day 0, meaning the day you received it, day 1, or day 2 following the injection. That's pretty unbelievable.
I'm talking about the COVID vax. I'm talking about the mRNA vax. I think it's evil, and I mean that not just in a generic sense, but in a spiritual sense. Yep. I think the fact that some vaccines are made from aborted baby fetuses, which they are, which I didn't even know that was actually true. It actually is true. The whole thing is so mind-bogglingly evil that I can't deal with it.
The risks of COVID-19 vaccination far outweigh any theoretical benefits. Our CDC knew about thousands of patients fully vaccinated early in 2021 dying of acute COVID-19. It was abundantly obvious the COVID-19 vaccines did not reduce the risk of death. I don't want America to be fooled thinking that the vaccines save lives, because they didn't.
No one is being held accountable.
Exactly.
For any of this.
For any of it.
And I think you and I would both agree that some of what has been committed is clearly criminal behavior.
Well, yeah, and here's Fauci still walking around, Birx is walking around, and now she's a board member on Palantir.
And it seems like there's really no push to have accountability.
It seems like not.
This study VAERS-adjusted data that yield a conservative range of 470,000 to 600,000 American deaths from the COVID-19 mRNA shots. That's it.
Not those
more than, well, just that alone. That's a lot of people, man. More than World War I, World War II, and Vietnam. It indicates Pfizer alone likely killed over 470,000 Americans. They found a 36% increase in all-cause mortality among Pfizer recipients versus Moderna. Yeah, but they saved millions. Yeah, I keep hearing that.
The Lord has said that those who can exercise their faith to good works, in this the day when we can see, albeit through a glass darkly, will receive the greater reward. But since even he had a doubting Thomas in his inner circle, we realize that there are always some who will not believe unless they see the nail prints and thrust their fingers into the very spear wound itself. Let's finally keep our promise to you by revealing the method that the occult uses to enter the world of the dead and make a personal pact with Lucifer. By stepping into the darkness, paying the ferryman's price, and approaching the second guardian at the gate.
Mother, yes. Did you forget the coin for Charon? No, son.
Who are you? I seek entrance as one illuminated in all knowledge
and in the secret name of God. Who are you? I am the kid who spilled the milk. That is incorrect. Stand aside. But that is the passphrase I was giving. Stand aside. I know the name of he who cannot be named. Stand aside. What's that music? I want to go there and see for myself.
Hurry, hurry, hurry! Don't miss the fun! Come join the thrills of all the tempting amusements. Do whatever you wish, nothing is restricted, nothing is forbidden. Hurry, hurry, hurry! Don't miss the fun!
Lucifer Satan has no new shenanigans. And since Earth has a never-ending cycle of new dopes to play with, he can just recycle his lies over and over. It has been said that those who don't learn from history are forced to repeat it. And indeed, this is true. The devil doesn't want you to know correct history because, when you do, you begin to see his ruses with eyes wide open. Modern man puzzles at why the occult among us is pushing so hard to return us to classical Greece. We hope that our time together here is illuminating all their plans in ways that you can join the rest of us in making wise decisions in the time we have left. In any battle, knowing an enemy's goals and motivations help you make wiser decisions. Since we have the ability to learn from history, let's see if we can learn anything from the past. In 188 BC, before the Roman peoples turned their whole attention to creating a one-world government, one consul member went before his people's senate with a terrible discovery. His name was Posthumius, and he had this to say. You know, using real Luciferian magic. What? You say this is not really magic, but just some Disney-style phantasmagoric smoke and mirror antics?
Gosh.
Damn, you're getting too smart. You know what happens to smart people anciently, right?
So that's a guillotine. Yeesh.
Now, where were we? Do you have any idea how hard it is to stay on track with 5G radiating my brain? Oh, you probably do. We'll save that for another episode, assuming we remember. Oh, you probably do. We'll save that for another episode, assuming we remember. Oh, you probably do. Do you have any idea how hard it is to not be repetitive with 5G? Oh, what's that word? It starts with an R. Do you have any idea how hard it is to remember words with? Now I've lost my train of thought. Let's just go back in time, enter the Roman Senate, and hear what's-his-name speak for himself.
The Senate will come to order. We will now hear from Senator Posthumius.
Citizens of Rome, there has never been an assembly for which our prayerful plea to the gods has been more necessary, indeed so desperate, as now. The gods we have invoked today, our gods, of our ancestors, not the new young gods who would drive us to every sort of crime, of lust, of enslavement, the scourge of the Furies. I confess before you that I am at a loss today. I am unable to decide what I should cloak in silence and what I should tell you openly and bluntly. If I soften the danger before us, I may cause your negligence to our true national danger. But if I lay open and bare before you the whole truth, I fear to spread panic and alarm in our streets. But know that what I do tell you now, my words will be inadequate to the horror and seriousness of the actual situation. I pray that we will be wise and take adequate precautions while we still can. The Bacchic rites have been practiced in the Empire for a long time. Only recently have they infiltrated our holy capital, Rome herself. While they were small, we didn't pay them much mind. But since their members have grown, they have become more bold. I know that many of you know this by increasing crime in our streets and by the rumors and invitations given to your youths to participate in their evils. If not by that, then you have heard the banging and howling increasing among us in the night's darkness of our streets. I know that some of you ignorantly believe you are hearing some innocent worship or a game of sport or relaxation. But either way, that it involves so few of our citizens as to be any real concern for you. The truth is that it is being done now by many thousands among us, and our traditional way of life is in great danger. I do, however, hope to lower any panic by telling you who these people are and what they believe. Liars lie, and thereby always have that advantage over truth speakers. But once the eyes of the people open so that they can see the truths for themselves, the liars are the ones who tremble. Here is the truth. Most of those causing this evil among us are women. Only recently have they added males to their ranks, if they are willing to dress as women. Bacchus, their god, demands that they embrace debauchery. He works them into a frenzy through lack of sleep and excessive wine until they are bereft of their senses. Up until recently, their followers have kept to themselves, private. But now their numbers are growing, and they are flaunting their plans for you and your families openly. If you knew the age at which our males are being initiated by these women, you would pity them. Citizens of Rome, do you feel that young men initiated by these evil women should be allowed into our military? That weapons should be placed in their hands after they have been indoctrinated into the evil that is invading our country? Do you really believe that effeminates can be trusted to fight for the chastity of our wives and children? I would be less alarmed if their evils merely rendered them effeminate, which is still a disgrace to God and men. But I tell you that all our current crime, public lusts, fraud, and violence in our streets and country come from this one source. These may look effeminate, but they are taught the works of violence. Believe me, when I tell you that they have not yet put into practice all that they intend to do to our nation and to your family. They are not yet strong enough for their full plans, which are to completely overthrow the state. This is not a conspiracy, but a truth they hide with their mockeries. We have already reached the point where private resources cannot stop them. Only the power of the good citizens that remain of our state, united, can stop them. I repeat, the plan to overturn the sovereign power of our state and its peace is their plan. Hear me. As individuals, these evil people are very afraid of us gathered in a body with a cause for goodness. But when you have scattered to your own houses, they will have their meetings in darkness and plot your destruction through assassination and lying in wait for you one by one. They will cheat, lie, bring you before our courts, and use every advantage that you, my honest citizen, would never employ. If they have already crept into your homes, you must deem them your enemies, for surely you will discover that they will harm you within your very doors when they are told to do so. There is nothing more dangerous than stupid religious beliefs and naive citizens. The stupid, unsuspecting among us think that all will always be well, while the dangerous zealot will justify any action they do being the will of the gods who have possessed them. Do not be deceived when you see us break up the Bacchanalia publicly. We are not attacking religious rights, but the very evils our ancestors' gods warned us about, that we may be quick to put down their evil plans before they can destroy our republic. You must use your best efforts to ensure that no riot, fire, or destruction in our streets, no mob rule, be allowed to destroy our national happiness. We must act quickly, as their numbers are growing among our youth.
So just what did Posthumus discover? How did he discover it? And what can we learn from it now before 6G makes us even stupiderest?
And dare of Earth's kind. You can take my word for that.
That's the word. I couldn't find it in my head. And what can we learn from it?
It's great to learn, because knowledge is power.
Since all history is circular, let's not be a square and see what we can learn. But first, a little backstory. Let's explore pubic. No, that's not it, stupid 5G. Posthumus. Yeah, that's right. Let's explore what Posthumus discovered in the world's oldest republic, the Roman Empire. We may have to summarize a few things.
Oh, look, a squirrel.
But we'll try to get to the facts, mostly despite the radiation. Oh yeah, that was the word.
I'm Rocky the Flying Squirrel.
Rome actually started out with good intentions. In their own minds, anyway. The vast majority of the Old World had become exhausted by the Semitic, that means children of Shem's, family's numerous attempts at empire building and world domination, specifically the Assyrians, Babylonians, and Persian tyrants, who were all descendants of Shem and were all the elder cousins of Israel.
Shlama ilach, shlama ilochun, b'shayna theluch.
In order to put a stop to them, the tribes of Noah's older son, Japheth, stepped in to end their tyrannical plans. Their greatest hero in the end was Alexander the Great. Under Alexander and those who ruled after him in his name, the world became Hellenized, since the Greeks had their own dark secrets. Still, many good modern things came from their reworking of the world, and Greek became the new world language for international communication after Alexander. This greatly aided the spread of Christianity when it too embraced Greek as the language of its ministry. One of the gifts of Greece was its concept of democracy.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
The problem with pure democracy is the fact that it doesn't work. It is a fact that every democracy has always fallen in time into tyranny. When the Roman peoples fell in love with all things Greek, they attempted to protect democratic ideals with a new twist. This they called republicanism, meaning that instead of a government where every single person participated and had a direct voice on every single issue every single day, citizens would elect representatives, and these would gather together to conduct state business on behalf of the people they represented, called constituents. The mutation of democracy was so effective that Rome reigned 1,000 years. The success of the British Empire, apart from the fact that they embraced the satanic Great White Brotherhood,
the plans are perfect. I will conquer the world.
We will have to save that for another history lesson, also owes its lasting power to the Republican concept that even a monarch has to answer to both the House of Lords and the commoner scum.
The genealogy shows that I'm descended from Vlad the Impaler, you see.
Plus a body of judges from time to time. If one digs deeply into British law, one will discover that their king or queen, it is often the same thing.
Hello, stranger.
Sometimes their king is a queen. Remember the naked sex slave who fell out of Buckingham Palace's window?
I said I wax it.
Unless he was just Chucky out. The King Queen of England still retains tyrannical powers, but basically, since the mutation of the House of Tudor into the current German-based House of Windsor, they have been afraid to exercise them. In fact, they function similar to our so-called Patriot Acts that satanic scumbag George Bush put into place.
It's so secret we can't talk about it.
What does that mean for America?
But back to topic. The greatest gift of the American Revolution and our democratic-based republic has been its emboldenment of the masses. The United States has shown the world that by balancing power while attempting to uphold the rights of the masses against the individual, and the rights of the individual against the rights of the masses, according to Christian-based philosophies, has become in free-thinking economies a force difficult to ignore. Anyone doubting need only look at the recent backlash the world saw when the satanic elitists hiding among us tried to use the lies of a global planned demic to steal our freedoms.
I'd have to laugh at that. I should be prosecuted.
It is crucial that Americans remember that America is not a pure democracy. We are a republic that is based in Greek democratic rights. Every American must fight to keep our Constitution, and specifically our Bill of Rights, intact for every American.
All men and women created by you know the thing.
Even the dumber ones among us.
And Annabelle's kind. You can take my word for that.
Perhaps this look back at Rome's early struggles will help us understand what modern so-called clubs of Rome have planned for you and me and your loved ones.
No, get that habit!
It was during the early years of Rome when they decided that it was best, for the sake of world peace and their own financial interests, to expand their power. History calls this time the Pax Romana, meaning the Roman peace. It all started out intelligently with various tribes of humanity signing on to Roman ideals. It was an early attempt at a United Nations-esque concept. Even the Jews made a pact with Rome at this time, which was called the Jewish League. Rome was going to be the world's policeman, and any nation needing help could join forces with Rome and its House of Lords, which they called the Senate. It all began to fall apart when Julius Caesar decided that he needed to be Rome's pharaoh. It was this direct attack on their democratic republicanism that led to Caesar's murder and the eventual consolidation of power into the hands of an elite class, the children of which still believe it is their right to rule us today. While all non-biblically based societies have their share of Luciferian nonsense. It is another fact of history that once an elite class is established, secret acts of barbaric ritual are always instituted so as to create an ulterior agenda to concentrate the power of the elite and thus live a life of excess on the back of the working masses, who are kept in the dark for as long as possible. It is no lie that today in the United States of America, the leaders of the Democrat Party are the wealthiest, most powerful people in our nation.
I'm not that person.
These know the historical fact that all pure democracies suffer with mob rule and end in tyranny. This is their plan for you behind secret doors. Remember that it is a satanic trick to accuse your enemy of the very thing that you yourself are doing.
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
This is the direct meaning of being a Master Mahan. This elitist power grab is maintained through blackmail and indebtedness. The United States and much of Europe are in the last throes of this right now. It is encouraging to see the masses open both their eyes. Both eyes are needed to see the demons hiding behind the bushes, and the Clintons, and the Kenyans too.
Yeah, I was not born in Hawaii. I wasn't born in the United States of America. I come from Kenya.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
You can smell them by their musk, even if they are the fellers hiding behind the rocks, so to speak. Just like the blast of any warning trump, knowing the past can help you avoid being a Zuckerberg when you find your hero's shiftingness into the Newsom scum of modern confusion.
And my preferred pronouns are he, him, and his, so thank you for sharing yours with me.
You have to be careful when it comes to rumors, but it has been so schumered among the masses. And forewarned is forearmed. And this takes us back to where we started. Here is what Roman Patriot Consul Postumius learned. One of the Roman citizens under his consulship was a young heir in Rome named Publius Ebutius, whose father had been something of a hero among the select cavalry warriors of Rome, but had died. His mother, Durania, had remarried a powerful man named Titus Semopronius Rutilus. Titus hated his stepson, and so he decided to destroy him. But how? He talked his wife, the boy's mother, into helping him initiate the young man into the secret cult of Lucifer, called Bacchus in the Latin tongue at this time. He pressured his new wife to shame her son into agreeing to join the mystery cult of Bacchus, a reincarnation of the Dionysian mysteries which competed with the Eleusinian mysteries, which all connect with our modern study here. His mother told her son that the last time that he had been sick, she had made a solemn, unbreakable vow to the gods that if they healed him, she would initiate him into the secret rites, and that now, since he had recovered, she realized that she had needed to pay her vow or risk the wrath of the gods of Rome upon her head and upon her family. We might call this today manipulation. What could the young man do but agree for his beloved mother's sake? He was told that he had to fast and be sexually pure and possibly drown a piglet in the sea for 10 days. And then he could be taken to the banquet and then ceremoniously washed and taken to the sacred shrine to learn the deepest mysteries of all. Now, as fate would have it, the young man had fallen in love with the professional prostitute.
Them was the olden days.
Who had been a sex slave, had been freed, but chose to still prostitute herself out to select clients at a higher price. Her name was Hispala Facenia. But as fate would have it, despite her career path, she had fallen in love with the young man in question. He felt the same. Such was their mutual love that they had both seriously considered joining as man and wife, despite her career plans. Thus, when young Publius told her, upon their next get-together, that he was under vow to be sexually unavailable for the next 10 days, she wanted to know why. When Hispala heard the whole story, she screamed in terror.
May the gods forbid! Better for you and me to die rather than that. You should join the cult of Bacchus.
She then called down a curse.
May the vengeance of the very gods fall upon any and all who plan to do this to you. Your stepfather, and perhaps your mother too, are evil and plan to destroy your virtue, your reputation, and your future prospects, and maybe your very life!
The young man was in shock at her extreme reaction. He really loved this woman, and it pained him to see her in such distress over him. He asked her what could possibly be so bad to elicit such cries of terrible grief. What did she know that she was not telling him? A terrible heaviness came over her, and then she cried out a plea to every god and goddess she could name by name. She begged them to forgive her for what she was about to reveal, against the most solemn oaths imaginable. Surely, she cried, that in breaking her solemn vow to keep her eyes wide shut, she had to save her beloved, and that the only way to do that was to break her vow of silence. So, resigned, she told the young man that while she had been enslaved,
Minimum wage!
she had had no choice but to accompany her owner, her former mistress, to the rites of Bacchus, but that the moment she had been freed, she had promised herself that she would never go back, and that in fact she had never gone back. She said that it was the source of every evil a man or woman could commit. Every young man that was taken there, that she had ever seen, had been tricked and then sacrificed by the priests. These young men couldn't even cry for help because the drums, tambourines, and demonic screeches of the assembly were so loud that it drowned out his cries for help and pleas for mercy.
Once again, midsummer sets us free.
She clung to the young man with such fervor and refused to let go, until at last he swore to her by the gods that he would not go, nor have anything to do with the ceremony. When the young man went back home and his mother asked him about his preparations, his abstinence, he told her that he had decided not to go through with it. His mother berated him and said that the problem was that he was too weak to avoid sex for 10 days in a row. When his stepfather overheard, he was furious, and he forcefully threw the young man out of the house into the street. Uncertain what to do, he went to his aunt's home and she took him in. Soon his aunt knew the whole story, and she told him that he had to go and see the council. So he went to see Postumius and told him the whole story. Postumius was shocked by what he had heard and began a governmental investigation. The more he learned, the more alarmed he became. The whole truth seemed impossible, ridiculous, some sort of crazy conspiracy story.
The conspiracy theorists are going to go on. Sure they are.
But the more he dug, the more he discovered that the more elitist, politically correct, controlled answers didn't really answer the bigger facts. Where there is smoke, there is fire. And the more some were saying that there was nothing to fear, and that there was nothing to see here, that was in fact not true. One does not fight evil with eyes closed. So, at last, he ordered Hispala to appear before him. She was absolutely terrified. Seeing her distress, he invited several of the women of his household to attend them, and he took her into a comfortable private chamber on his own estate to calm her fears. He told her that if she would tell him the facts about all she knew, he would use the full power of Rome to protect her. When she realized that she was being asked to reveal the darkest secrets of their deep state, she was so terrified that she literally trembled from head to foot and was incapable of even opening her mouth for a long time. After that long time had passed, since it was clear that she would not be leaving, she calmed down. She said that it was true she was initiated and had been but a girl and a slave, and that it was so long back that she didn't even think she could remember anything. The consul praised her for her honesty in admitting that she had been initiated, and told her to tell him all that she knew. She said that she knew nothing else at all, but when the consul said that if he later came to prove that she was lying, he would guarantee that she would feel the full weight of Roman justice. Then she fell at his feet and begged him to believe her, that she had made the whole thing up just to scare the young man, and that none of it was true. There was no cult. When faced with the truth of the consul's other investigations and other witnesses, she at last admitted that she feared the wrath of the gods, to whom she had been forced to pledge that she would hide their secrets to her death. But she added that even more than that, she knew that if she told what she knew, the members of the occult would see to it that she was literally torn limb from limb with their own bare hands.
I'll get you, my pretty.
She begged the consul on her life to be allowed to remain silent and simply be exiled from the entire Italian peninsula. It was only after the consul swore to her that Rome would and could protect her that she broke her silence and said what she had witnessed. Today, much of what Hispala revealed is not unknown to modern classical historians. And since we have a specific purpose in this episode, and may as of yet explore deeper specifics in other episodes, we will merely summarize her testimony now. Hispala said that the Bacchanalia started out as a cult for women only, since the only male allowed among them was Bacchus, the god of wine, and maybe his goat son Pan, the god of pandemonium. Every year for 3 days, the women would gather on the mountainsides during the day and choose their priestesses in a form of rotation. Ideally, there would be a crone, a woman after menopause, a wife, a female currently married, and a maiden, unmarried, whether she be a virgin or no.
Sure, I know. But aren't they all witches inside?
But when it became Pacula Annina of Campania's turn, she changed the ceremony. Having no daughters herself, she initiated her sons dressed as women.
Hello, stranger.
You know Michelle is a transgender. We all know.
And she moved the ceremony to nighttime. Then she insisted that the rites be performed monthly over 5 days instead of only once a year. As one can imagine, drunk men and women frolicking in the woods under the cover of darkness soon gave way to Orgyville.
2 by 2 they entered the jungle, and soon they numbered more. 3 by 3 as well as 4 by 4. Women
Hispala admitted that when it was all said and done, there was a lot more man-on-man sex now going on than there had been man-on-woman sex before.
Amazing!
Once all that was in place, Pakula ordered that no additional males over the age of 20 be initiated.
Bark.
Woof, woof. She said that it was understood that the plan was to change the empire by changing the youth.
What should I do? Spark.
It was not long before any younger man in attendance, unwilling to be used on these nights, was taken and murdered in honor of the gods, before the rest of the group, to keep everyone else in line. Their motto was,
"Nothing is forbidden. I am my own god. I bow to nobody but myself."
"You are free to do as you wish. Anything you wish. This will be my only law." She said that lots of smoke and so-called magic was also used to make it appear that the gods were behind it all.
"Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat!"
And thereby approved. She said that one such miracle was that men were given lit torches, illuminated by the gods. Drunk on spiked wine, they would run down to the river, prophesy,
"I say we're going to the lost city of gold." "That's just drunk talk. Sweet, beautiful drunk talk."
And then plunge their flaming torch into the river. And it would remain lit. Hispala said that she knew this wasn't really magic because the priests would add sulfur and calcium to the ignitants, which caused the wonder. But the drunk boys saw the hand of the gods.
Sweet, beautiful drunk talk.
Other young men who were not playing by the rules would be dressed in a special robe which at the back was attached to a machine, sort of like a catapult. And when the priestess suddenly condemned the man, he would be instantly yanked away into the darkness by the hand of a god, and was never seen again. This was all terrifying to those who were not in the know. Hispala said that over the past decade, their numbers had exploded, and in her opinion, the secret cult made up a second nation, a deep state, within the empire. When she was finished, she once again fell at the consul's feet and begged him to exile her, as she had now forfeited her very life. Instead, he turned part of his own estate into a safe house and moved her and her slaves and belongings there. He then arranged for the young man, her lover, to also be safe housed with her, along with any other witnesses from his investigation. Once all the witnesses were safe, the council called the Senate that we,
thanks to the power of Luciferian magic,
were privileged to witness firsthand. Rome did eventually fall to corruption. But like any society, it was not until they gave up the fight and allowed the masters Mahan hiding among them to win. So just how was it that women like Bacchanalia of Campania, the great Sibyl of Italy, the Witch of Endor that King Saul sought out,
L'Azazel,
Isabel Gaudi, Morgan Le Fay, Aradia, Marie Laveau, Anne Boleyn, Alison Device, Tibula, Hillary Clinton, Sybil Leek, Rosaline Norton, the Bell Witch, the Blair Witch, Mole Dyer, the Fisher wife of Palermo, and many others. There were plenty of men in this stuff too, but here we refer to them as wizards, but that assumes that they didn't cut off their
Governor Spencer Cox
or wand yet. Lucifer tells his morons that there is nothing as powerful as a man who is also a woman, or a woman who is also a man. This they call the two spirits, which is rather true once you get ritually and become a home of a demon. You are to
3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 40, 93, 87, hike over to the left. Shoot, give me the ball, I'm gonna run with the ball, and I'm over there.
13, 27, 2,000 plus legion, a lump of flesh housing other spirits. Too bad you rent boys and silly women can't charge them rent. If only there was a way to meet Lucifer and somehow sell your soul for rent exemption. But we admit we have put it off long enough. Just how is it that these men, women, she-males, big Mike-Ls, witches, popes, priests, senators, musicians, peons, morons, actors, witches, kings, pedophiles, presidents, trannies, boy toys, wizards, and etc., have been able to communicate so effectively with Lucifer, visit hell or Hades, and come back with their brilliant but world-altering plans to change the world, start the UN, invent modern fiat banking, convince others that abortion isn't murder, form a company like PayPal or FedEx, rig an election, invent a pyramid scheme, and basically so effectively destroy our common understanding of humanity and our promised Christ before the day of universal reckoning. Like all Luciferian secrets, it's really not that clever and rather obvious once you understand it. In short, all of these initiates have allowed a doctor in the know to murder them in a controlled setting, and then at the last possible moment, medically revive them before permanent brain damage sets in. Of course, we needn't make the joke, but that's Costco's way of saying that now we will make the joke.
We hold these truths to be self-evident.
That it is highly likely that some of them were revived too late.
All men and women created by the you know the thing.
Once these are dead, they are taken by their assigned demon into the great palace of Lucifer, where they can make their case, plead their cause, make their promises, and pledge him their soul in exchange for anything: money, fame, or power. Okay, if this sounds too much like a Hollywood movie,
today's a good day to die.
Flatline.
30 seconds to go.
Can you recall any specific emotion or sensation?
No, but there's something out there.
We're running out of time.
300, clear. Nothing. Your heart going dead. Clear. Nothing. I can't hear anything. Come on, Nelson. Freeze. We lost him. No.
Welcome back, man.
I'm going next.
2 minutes.
10.
Was there anything negative about your experience?
This is too weird. We've experienced death. It's back physically.
That is not hallucination, and it is not possible.
Oh my God.
You withheld information. That's the same as lying.
You wouldn't have done it. At least we would have had a choice.
Damn, wake up.
Hey, come on, they're your sins.
No! Nelson, please!
I thought I paid my dues.
Thank you for the nightmare.
Now! Come on, Joe! Starting CPR. 1,000, 2,000.
Relax. Enjoy the experience.
Tim, wake up. Dude, I passed out. Just stand up. How long have you been out for? What the? That was like weird weapons.
if this sounds too much like a Hollywood movie, stop and listen to me carefully now. Where do you think they have learned all their crap? And why has it always been so consistent? Why are there no new ideas coming out of Hollywood? I personally know the family who took Walt Disney through all this when he wanted to make a deal in the 1940s. But this episode is running longer than intended, so we'll save that for another time. The number one problem with Lucifer is that he is a brilliant but fallen son of God, and he is a liar. He can definitely teach you how to be rich, famous, and powerful, but you will discover that other than giving you diabolical secrets, such as if you want to be rich, inject 1 million people with a poison and then make them pay you for the daily antidote until the day they die.
I should be prosecuted.
Or, if you want to be famous, pay my marketers to push your face into everybody's homes every 20 minutes.
Hi, British Vogue. I'm Paris. And I'm Nicole, and today we're playing Never Have I Ever. I don't think I should have gotten fired from that job because I fisted a cow, so I really put in the work. You did.
Or, if you want to be powerful, pay the masses to riot, and then be the one to step in and save the city.
Never waste a good crisis.
The big joke is that the occultists know that it doesn't matter to Lucifer if you fail or not. If his plans work, he'll take the glory and point you out to others as one of his successes. If you fail, he'll blame you and point you out to others as what happens when you didn't keep your end of the bargain.
Good afternoon. I'm speaking to you from the England. I should like to ask this gentleman a question or so. First of all, who are you?
I'm the devil, and I tempt people, mainly, during the daytime and during the night time.
I see. Are you the only devil? Do you have any other partners?
I've got a few hobgoblins, sprites, sort of minor evil bodies around the place. Otherwise, very little. They're rather boring. I'm the main devil. I'm the most evil person in the world.
What are you, in fact, doing here at this very moment?
Being interviewed at the moment.
Being interviewed, yes, that's certainly true. But before you were being interviewed, was there anything you were up to at all?
I was preparing to be interviewed and getting myself in the frame of mind to talk.
There is always another moron waiting in the queue.
To go back and fill that in. And then make sure when you fill in the facilitating form
Leave this to me.
that you do paragraphs.
I'm British. I know how to queue.
For the next appointment, Johnny Carson was merely a copy of Jack Benny. And even overactor Jim Carrey is just Jerry Lewis in a modern suit. If it works, it works. This too will give way to the next Jimmy, and on and on and on to the end.
Hollywood really is a bitch goddess.
While the ancients preferred to use drugs to remove one's spirit from their body,
the grandest medicine that I can propose is under your nose, a snake in the grass.
modern Satanists prefer strangulation. It's easier, and if you're into that sort of thing, you can always hire a hard, sweaty, naked bodybuilder to put you in a headlock. That way, both of you get something out of it.
I know I look ridiculous, but it's a living.
Once dead, you will have about 9 minutes, Earth time, to make your Luciferian deal in person and sign your forms. Fortunately for you, Hades Standard Time doesn't work like Pacific Standard Time. So within those 9 minutes, you have time to enjoy the various amusement rides, catch up with any former prostitutes or red boys you might have missed, or had murdered, or otherwise just enjoy the various attractions. You will bump into a few annoying Christians there trying to explain to you that there is a less chaotic portion, but you will need some faith in the unseen to go there. These tend to get ignored or seen as crackpots, just as they are seen here. In fact, some of those who have been and returned have said that these are very much seen by them like the robo-confessionals portrayed once again in Hollywood. The most apt being in the film THX 1138. Just fast forward to the scene unless you're upped up on 1139 caffeine pills, or you need a reason to fall asleep. Oh, yawn, what a bore. Thank the Lucas for Star Wars. If they don't revive you in time and you end up brain dead and come back like Rosemary Kennedy, you will either be turned into dog food and possibly pink slime,
I'm going to show you how McDonald's builds a Big Mac sandwich.
or placed in one of the world's better nut farms and basically listed one of the tragedies of history, or just forgotten for the new kids on the block.
The right number of boys for you is forever.
It's just time to move on to the next one and forget you.
More forever. More forever. The right number of boys for you is more forever.
But most likely the doctors in the club will revive you, and you'll be back with 2 surprises. 1, the personal knowledge that life does continue after death. Thus, actually now, death will hold no real fear for you. And 2nd, a mark of your time with the greatest of beasts. So now, here is one of the dirtiest of secrets, dear listener. Please hear it well. After your return from hell, you will have a very bloodshot eye and nasty bruises surrounding it on your face. If you dare, do an internet search for bruised eyes and celebrities and see what comes up. You might be very surprised at what you see and how many of them there are. You might remember that before our worldwide pandemic, hundreds of Hollywood, politicians, and Vatican types were all suddenly showing up online with this very mark. It was a sign to those in the know. Sure, each will have a logical explanation.
At the Kaufman Institute for Coincidence, we understand that coincidence is now the leading cause of death. At Kaufman, we specialize in the effects and leave the causes to the conspiracy theorists. And let's be honest, we know the cause anyway. It was a coincidence, right?
The code that is used in the occult when talking about this ranges from being one eye blind to eyes wide shut. This is lingo for saying that now one has seen what the masses have not and will forever see the reality of two worlds, the physical world and the afterlife, in the here and now. Fortunately for us, the Christ has descended below all things, and by his holy name, even the demons tremble. Thus, even the gates of hell are escapable. Oh, may he or she, and yes, even the he-she's, who have ears to hear, let them hear, and those with eyes to understand, let them Google the images themselves online. Then, if you listen close, even in the night's darkness, you can hear the trump blast, followed by water current. Rationale for fair use of copyrighted items used. Fair use law allows fair use when copyrighted material is being used to make a specific educational, research-based, scholarly, and/or critical comment on the work being used.
How thoughty.
Yeah, there's just one thing wrong, Bullwinkle.
Just one? That's a refreshing change. What is it?
Oh, this stuff is pretty heavy.
And?
You shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Masters Mahan will continue.